We recording? Radical acceptance is a DBT concept that to deal with any situation, you have to accept it first. Let's talk a little bit about radical acceptance and COVID-19. Maybe you're noticing yourself staying in bed all day and just deciding like, no, it's not worth it. I don't want to fuck with it today. I do not want to build a life here. Why should I have to? How do you even start accepting something like this when there are so many like unacceptable factors? Let's start by even just like acknowledging that there is a lack of acceptance happening. Just like we need to accept things, we also need to accept that we need to accept them. Yeah, it's a really fun time. We might acknowledge that our shoulders are like way up by our ears, or that like we're like hunched over really hard, or that our stomachs are flipping. We might notice that we feel angry or sad or guilty or disappointed, noticing what being unaccepting feels like to you. When it comes to physicality, maybe you're doing some self-soothing techniques, maybe you're doing like a body scan meditation, take a hot bath or shower if you have access to that. When it comes to emotions, maybe we're talking about like practicing opposite action. Opposite action is basically the DBT concept of noticing an emotion, realizing that you don't really want to feel that emotion for one reason or another, and figuring out what the urge is behind that emotion. Then you act opposite to that urge. It's really important to not like tamp down your emotions. This isn't what any of that is about. Let the sadness, let the grief, let the anger, the disappointment kind of like come and go naturally. It's really important, especially right now with radical acceptance, to feel the things that you're feeling. And if you're noticing that that is just overwhelming, that is too much, it's really painful, then practice some distress tolerance skills. Go like take a walk, go splash some cold water on your face, and then when you come back and you've practiced a lot of self-compassion and you feel like you might be more ready to accept, give it a go again. But with COVID, let's say that your emotion is that you're feeling sad, and your way of feeling sad is isolating. So you notice the urge to isolate, and you think to yourself, I am not going to judge myself for feeling sad, I'm not going to push away feeling sad, but at the same time, since it's not really ideal for me, I am going to call up a friend. I am going to organize a movie night on Zoom. I'm gonna like write a snail mail letter to my grandma. Radical acceptance doesn't mean that you approve of a situation, that you empathize with someone, that you think that something is okay. It's basically just accepting that that thing exists and that there is a cause for it and a reason that it happened. This isn't necessarily in like a cosmic, like everything happens for a reason sense, although that may be useful to some people. That's not what we're talking about here. What we're talking about here is more just the basic concept that A plus B equals C. Acknowledging and accepting the behaviors of other people can be really hard right now. For example, noticing people that are buying like $3 hand sanitizers and reselling them for like $50. Someone might be dealing with health anxiety that they've never had to deal with before, causing panic behaviors, and for their brain to be less understanding of consequences or effects on other people. Maybe that panic and anxiety becomes financial anxiety. Lots of people are losing their jobs. Maybe this person has already lost their job, or they're really anxious about losing their job and they're like, what am I gonna do afterwards? And the way that they decide to deal with that is to maybe like screw other people over. Doesn't mean that you have to feel bad for them, doesn't mean that you have to like them, but it can help to just know that there's reasons things happen. Well, I really hope that this was helpful in some kind of way. I don't know, stay indoors, wash your hands, call up a friend. Talk to you later. Goodbye.